Hey YouTube. So recently me and Paige picked up a Kodiak canvas tent. It's a 12x9 cabin style. I've owned various different tents over the years, pretty low budget tents, and I've always ran into some issues, mostly those dome style. And I don't really like the dome style because if it's a real big one you can stand up in the center, but then when you move to the edges of the tents you can't stand up. It makes getting dressed difficult. And I finally wanted to get a nice glamping style tent. Went and spent some extra money on it. It was like $500 I think. It's supposed to be waterproof, wind resistant, storm proof. It's supposed to be one badass tent. After reading some reviews, it's supposed to be waterproof out of the box. Some people say it'll leak a little bit and you might have to seal it with silicone. Some people also, they say you should season it, which is where you set it up dry and either let it get rained on or spray it with the hose, and it's where they stitch it. They're little holes from the sewing needle, and when you get it wet it's supposed to swell up and then shrink and seal those holes. So my understanding is that the material itself is completely waterproof, but sometimes it'll leak around the stitching, so getting it wet like that will seal up and solve all those problems. So I'm gonna set it up today and season it, and I also just want to test how waterproof it actually is before I get out camping for a week on the beach and a storm comes up and we get soaked. So this is just a trial to see how the tent is. I've set it up once before with Paige and it wasn't very difficult at all with the two of us. By myself it might be a little difficult. I think I can do it though. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, we'll set it up and spray it down with some water and take a look at the tent. Let's do it. So I've got the tent set up. I accidentally set it up backwards. The door's on that side now. It's got just one double door in the front, and then this awning pulls up and turns into a side door. So there's no door on the back. And surprisingly, it was super simple to set up by myself. Compared to like one of those dome style tents, this thing is a breeze. And it's huge. I mean, look at it. I'll show you the inside in a minute. But so far I love this thing. I haven't done any real camping with it, but it's awesome. Yeah, it's only got these 3 poles that you just run through the top of the tent and then extend them up, stake it into the ground. I didn't put all the stakes in because I'm just temporarily doing this. And that's it. You just extend them up and it tightens itself out. It's super simple. Even with just one person, for being such a big tent, it's easy. When I go down to the beach, I'm gonna probably add some more tie downs, guys going down to the ground and stuff for the wind. But with just what we got right now, it's pretty sturdy. So I'm gonna do the water test on it here in a second. I'll show you the inside. Oh, the door's on this side. Alright, so if you come in, it's huge. It's like your own room. It's like a room, really. 12x9. You got room to put a bed, couch, table. We got an AC unit and a Predator quiet generator that we put right there in that door. So we'll be camping in style with AC in the tent. It's better insulated than like a nylon or synthetic material. This canvas is pretty thick. But yeah, this thing is awesome. Doors for ventilation, cargo pockets. Might be the best $500 we've ever spent. Anyway, I'll spray it down with some water and see how it holds up. So I've been spraying the tent with some water, the hose. You can see the water just beads up. That's why they call it duck canvas. It's like feathers on a duck. I don't even think there's any way it could soak into the material to season it. So I'm gonna spray it a little longer to simulate a real good storm, and then we'll check on the inside and see if there's any water inside and let it dry out and put it back up. So I've sprayed the tent down with the hose for a good 10 minutes or so. Should suffice. Let's go inside and see if we have any water. It's dry as a bone in here. No water on the floor. No water on the seams. I was spraying it from the side, kind of simulating like a storm where the wind's coming from one side or another. And I was kind of thinking maybe it would leak around the window seams. But I mean, there's no leakage whatsoever, and that was with blasting a hose on the side of the tent, which wouldn't happen in a real life situation unless it's a real heavy storm. So I think it's good to go. Well, I think that's gonna finish my video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll put a link down in the description if you're interested in purchasing this tent. I'm satisfied with it. I haven't done a real camping trip with it yet, but as far as just some tests in the backyard goes, it's suiting us pretty well. Anyway, have a good one.